So hey, it's Friday night live right from my living room in Frankenmuth, Michigan. So yeah, for those of you who might be watching for the first time, I have been doing these videos on Facebook Live for, this is video number 53 or 54. I've been doing them since the end of May, I think. Hey Linda, how are you? Yeah, God kind of put it on my heart. Like, I need you to get on Facebook Live. I want you to do it Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, which is exactly what I've been doing. And I want you to talk about your journey through fear, anxiety, panic attacks. I want you to be on there to give people hope. I want you to be on there to give people encouragement. I want you to tell not as much of my story actually is as giving hope, and that's what I've tried to do with each of these videos. And I've said this many times during the videos. It's really cool. So take this one for today. I had no idea what I was going to talk about until, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 o'clock this afternoon. God just drops into my spirit through some way, like, okay, this is what you're going to talk about today. I honestly never know what I'm going to talk about. It's like 54 videos of the Lord just, and the Holy Spirit just saying, tonight it's this, today it's that. And it's come from songs, it's come from a Bible passage, it's come from maybe a message that I listened to or whatever, but it's so cool. And it always just flows. It's always like, okay, that's what we're going to do today. So I partner with him and everything's cool. So, hey Reggie, how are you tonight? So 25 years is how long I struggled and suffered with fear, anxiety, and panic attacks. From the time I was 11 until I was in my late 30s. But I always say before that, I was almost 3 when I came over here. I was adopted from Germany, so I was almost 3 when I came over. And I really never knew a life without fear. Even though, first full-on panic attack didn't come until I was 11, which is still young. The enemy knows no bounds. He really doesn't. That came from something that I read, and actually a message that I heard this week, that talked about, strategies, against the enemy. And she was like, he doesn't care if you're 3 or 93, he doesn't care who he attacks. He doesn't care who he preys on. It doesn't matter. Hey, Stacy, how are you, girl? And Jackie, nice to see you guys. He has no age limits. He has no, and what we have to do is we have to learn to fight back, to combat him, right? To resist him, like the Bible says, to resist the enemy so he'll flee. The enemies of what? The enemies of fear, the enemies of anxiety, panic attacks, depression, all those things, right? We have to learn to resist, and then he flees. And really, that is what these videos have been about. Are little snippets, little things that I used, throughout the time that I was breaking free, the things that I used in order to resist the fear, in order to resist the enemy, and in order to have him flee. We don't realize, and I'm not going to go into this today, that could be next week maybe, message, but we don't realize the words that we say and the things that come out of our mouths that keep the enemy right with us, right? That kind of keep us in, or not keep us in his camp, but invites him in. We don't understand. We do it out of ignorance. We really do, not realizing the words that we speak, how important they are, and how they're either going to drive the enemy out or they're going to keep him right in with us. Hey Jessica, how are you tonight? And just Shell too. Cool. It is so important. It's so important to watch your words. There's not enough significance that you can put on that. And, that's one thing I didn't know, about the words, and about knowing that by the words that we speak, again, we're either inviting him in or we're shoving him out. You know, you can't resist the enemy. You can't resist fear. You can't by your thoughts. You know, you can't resist it, you know, by just distracting yourself. When I was going through it, that was kind of all I had. I didn't know any different. I didn't tell my parents until I was 16. So I went 5 years with anxiety and panic attacks and didn't say anything to anybody. Like nobody knew. I was like having this silent breakdown, you know, terrible, right? I had no idea what to do. I mean, I just coped with it, you know, the best I could. I had no clue what to do with that, right? So it's not like if we knew better, if we know better, then we do something different. And that's what my videos have been about, you know, doing something different, knowing that God's ways are higher than our ways. His thoughts are higher than our thoughts, right? And when your spirit of fear gets in there, you know, that spirit that comes out of the blue, that spirit that comes not from something that has scared you or something that has, you know, it comes seemingly out of the blue, right? You cannot combat that with natural means. You know, you can keep it at bay. Whoops, you can, you can divert it for a little bit, but something that gets on you spiritually, and most of that anxiety is a spirit of fear that gets in there, then you've got to combat it with spiritual means. And that's what I've been sharing for 54 videos, is how to do that, is what I learned about it. And they've been blessing people, and that just blesses me so much. You know, so many people have come up to me and let me know that they've listened and they've heard the videos and it's helped them in this area or that area. It's so cool. So cool. Huh? Oh, Chris. Hey, Chris. How are you?
And Sue.
Sue? Oh, sorry. And Sue, I'm sorry. Sometimes I don't, my husband's next to me. He always wants to make sure that I see everybody that's on, which I don't sometimes. So if I've missed somebody, I'm sorry, but I'm happy that you guys are on. So let me get in. I kind of went off on a rabbit trail a little bit that I'm going to pursue a little bit more next week because that's important. But tonight, I felt directed to go to a passage and to show you guys a passage that God showed me a long time ago. And it comes from 1 Samuel 30. 1 Samuel 30, verse 8. Yes, verse 8. So it says, so David inquired of the Lord. He inquired of him. Like I want to know what to do. Like I really want to know what to do. And he said, shall I pursue this troop? Shall I overtake them? And the Lord answered him and said, pursue, for you shall surely overtake them, and without fail recover all. Excuse me. So the Lord gave me that verse, or showed me that verse a long time ago. And if you're sitting here thinking, I've been living like this for so long, you're thinking, I have been living with fear and anxiety for so long, you know, I don't know what to do. There's days I just want to give up. There's days I just want to say, you know what, I throw in the towel, you know. Obviously, this is just something I have to live with. Obviously, this is it. This is you know, what God has given me to, you know, my thorn in the flesh or whatever you want to call it. I'm telling you, this is what God would be saying to you. So visualize that. If you're looking at me right now, visualize it. Saying to you, you're saying, should I give up? Excuse me. Should I give up? You know, do I just quit? Do I quit trying to overcome this? What do I do? And he would say, no, pursue. Gosh, you guys, I'm so sorry. And you will overtake them. Who are them? It's fear, it's anxiety, it's panic attacks, it's depression. God's saying, pursue, and you will overtake them. And not only are you going to overtake them, but he told David, without fail, you're going to recover all. So we serve a God, you guys, that doesn't just want to, you know, lift this burden of fear and anxiety and panic attacks and depression and the torment that goes along with it. He doesn't want to just remove that and take that away. He's like, without fail, I will help you to recover all. So sorry. So what does that mean exactly? What have you lost? You've lost time. I lost 25 years. 25 years. I struggled with this, right? I lost time. I lost peace. You know, hey Connie, hey John Bassett, how are you guys? You know, I lost freedom. I probably lost friendships because I couldn't go anywhere, because I was always in fear and in panic mode. I'm so sorry. I've got such a tickle. Hang on, my husband just got me water. I didn't have any tickle before I got on this broadcast, or on this live. Oh, all right. So he wants to restore that back to you. He wants to restore the peace. He wants to restore the joy. He wants to restore the freedom that has been stolen from you. He wants to restore the time that has been stolen from you. I've been free for 21 years. 21 years. I was stuck in that for 25 years. And now, hey Connie, how are you, girl? You know, and he wants to bring it back. It's like that's what God is. He is not only wants to take this from you. He not only wants to take the fear. This isn't how you're meant to live. Please know that. It is not how you were meant or designed to live. So he's like it said in here, pursue it. And you know what pursue means? Let me tell you some adjectives of what pursue means. Hang on 1 minute here. To chase, to follow, to try to overtake something, right? Let's see. To catch, what did it say? To attack. I know you had some different words, honey, when I had you look it up, But pursuing, if somebody wants to have a relationship with somebody and they want to marry them, they're pursuing that person, right? They're going after them. They're doing things to go after them. If a dog runs outside and it sees a cat, it starts running after that cat and it's going to pursue it. It's going to pursue that cat. So it's a term of going at it and going at it with all you've got. And not quitting, not giving up, and not giving in, being all in to pursue. Because what did he say? You're going to overtake it, and surely you will recover all. You will recover all. And that is awesome. And it's hard to believe sometimes. It's hard to believe sometimes. You think, man, I can't even visualize that. I can't even think about that. Well, you got to go back and you watched my video on faith. I'm pretty sure I have one about faith, right? There's 53 videos there. On my wall, there's also a YouTube channel now. You have to write in there in the search, Reclaiming Peace. I think there's only 41 of them up right now. My son is the one who edits those and puts them up, and we're a little behind. But you have to see yourself. If you can see yourself living free, if you can see yourself living without fear, without depression, without these things, if you can see it before it happens, that's faith. That is what faith, that's a definition of faith, is seeing something before it happens. It doesn't take faith after it happens. It doesn't take any faith to go, oh yes, I knew I had the faith for that. No, you need to see it first. So if you can see it and you can visualize it and say, no, I'm hungry for that. I want it. I'm going to go after it. I'm going to tackle it. I'm going to pursue it. Okay? So if you can see it and you can taste it and you're like, I want that. And you can know that God wants it for you too. I want it for you too. I know what it's like, you guys. I was stuck in that lifestyle of fear, anxiety, panic attacks, depression for 25 years. I get it. It wasn't just a slight case of this. It affected my whole life. I fashioned my life around it. I walked around in a silent hell for almost 25 years. Yeah, when people find out, it was like, really? like you know, yeah, me, but I'm done with it. 21 years, and you can be too. Go back and listen to these videos. You guys go back and watch these videos. They've all got a topic. They're all about 15 to 20 minutes long. They're all going to give you like just little nuggets of something that you can take away and go, wow, maybe I never thought of that. Maybe your counselor never told you that. You don't know. A lot of them are going to give you things to think about that you might not have before. A lot of them might go against what you've heard, and you might wrestle with it. Well, if you're still stuck in it, consider that there might be a different way. Consider that there might be a way out that you hadn't thought of yet. So, anyways, my message is don't stop pursuing. Don't stop pursuing. Don't give up. Don't give in. Keep one foot in front of the other, and next week on Monday, I'm going to talk more again about just the importance of your words, the importance of the words that you speak. I've talked about that topic before. You can go back and look on my videos, but it's so vital. It is so, so vital. You can speak life of yourself, you can speak death, you can speak blessing, and you can speak cursing. And words have so, so much power. So the word I'm going to say to you tonight is pursue. Pursue. Hang on, I want to read this to you one more time, and then I'll let you go on your Friday night. So David inquired of the Lord, saying, shall I pursue this troop? So you could say, you're asking God, should I pursue? Should I continue to pursue? Fear, anxiety, panic attacks, depression, can I overtake them? And he said, pursue. God's saying, pursue. Keep chasing, keep going after it, right? For surely you will overtake them and recover all. That's a promise. That's a promise. Not only does he want to lift the fear and the anxiety, the depression, but he says, I want to recover what was stolen from you. I want to recover all the joy, all the peace, all the freedom, all the time. I want to restore that back to you. And it even says in the Bible, double. I want to restore back to you double for your former trouble. And that's the truth. That's the truth. And the truth is what sets you free. The truth is what sets you free. So anyways, you guys, thanks for listening. If it touched you in some way, share it. If you think it's going to touch somebody else, share the video. That is how it has really gotten out there. The videos have gotten out there, and people out of the blue will come up to me. It was cool at our class reunion, 40 years class reunion this year. Came up to me. I probably haven't seen her, I don't even know, maybe at a class reunion at some other point in one of the other ones, but we're up in the lunch or the dinner line, getting dinner, and she was across from me, and she goes, I just want you to know that I listened to all your videos. I was like, oh, really? We weren't Facebook friends at the time. We are now, but so she saw them through somebody else. There's so many people that need this. There are millions and millions and millions of people in the U.S. alone that struggle with some type of emotional anxiety, depression, disorder that need these. So I am grateful for those of you who have shared these videos. I am grateful for those of you who have liked them, suggested them to other people, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Grateful. Let's get the word out there and get people set free from this thing. All right. Have a good weekend, you guys, and I will be back on